What's going on YouTube? CloverBells here, back with another Series 19 video, and today we've got a squad submitted to me by Mr. Big Man Brain himself, who is another seniors player. It's like this entire YouTube channel has become CloverBells plus senior players. So Brain recently got 1700 plus on the showdown ladder with this squad and got top 50 on cart. With the squad that you see on your screen, which features a Dynamax Regieleki with the Life Orb. Normally you would see that with something like a Gothitelle and an Urshifu, but this time Brain had other ideas. So there is a safety goggles on that Mamoswine. We do have the Fire Water Grass Core with the Rillaboom, the Water Urshifu, and the Heatran, and Togekiss with the Wakanberry for extra redirection and support. So it looks like a fun team. It's not something that I would normally play, but you know, it has that balance, so in a way, yes. I did practice a little bit on Showdown with it just to get the hang of it, and it's a pretty good squad. Dynamax Regieleki does so much damage with the Life Orb. So I can't wait to showcase this team, so we might as well just get right onto it. Let's jump onto the ladder. Oh, I hate this matchup. Rain with Goth. Oh boy. Alright, well, once again, prep for Series 10. Well, the good news is that there's no Urshifu, so I still can protect. Alright, this is the Water Urshifu, right? Yeah. Well, I do have the Eleki, so there's that. What if I just did like Rillaboom Eleki? This way I pressured like the Kingdra as well, and the Amoongus can't sleep me, right? And then if we just Dynamax the Eleki, he can't sleep me either with the electric terrain. And then I could fake out the Goth and then just kill it. And if he leads instant, I can just fake that out. So I guess this is a good lead. And then what do I want in the back? I guess Water Urshifu looks pretty good because of the Instant and the Glastrier. And my last slot. This is tough. Alright, we'll go with the Mamo. I don't know if that's the Brain, but yeah. Safety goggles could come in handy with the Amoongus. Alright, this is interesting, but I do like my lead, because I was just thinking about like what he could lead, and Rillaboom, a fake out user with a Regieleki that I could Dynamax is nice. So let's see. Okay, so I figured he would try one of these leads, right? So he's got the Goth and the Instant. So what we're gonna do is basically we're gonna fake out the Instant. Alright, so that way our Eleki doesn't get faked out. We max the Eleki, and we smash the Gothitelle. And if he switches, something is going to take a big Max Lightning. Alright, so we're going to fake out this, and we'll Dynamax, and I just want to make sure I pick the higher one. Yeah, it's going to be this one. Alright, if he Sash, that sucks. But maybe he's not Sash. Right? Could be Mental Herb. Alright, so he switches out his Instant. Alright. And there's the Amoongus. Okay, so this is good, because we're gonna get our terrain up. Alright. And we can always U-turn onto the Gothitelle slot in case this doesn't kill for whatever reason, if it's Sash. And then recycle our fake out and get our terrain back later if we need it. Alright, so I'm hoping that the Goth isn't Sash. Alright, the Amoongus could be Sash. Alright, so the Goth protects, so he's smart. Alright. So usually the Goths don't run protect. Actually no, they do. They do run protect. Alright. Is that a eject button? Uh-oh. Oh, is this Instant? Oh, okay. I see. That's fair. Alright. It is Instant. Okay. So he gets his own fake out back. But I still like my terrain reset. Alright, see how much damage this does to protect. Alright, it actually did, like, nothing. But, you know, respectable damage either way. Okay, what's good is that I have some good damage here. Okay, what do I have in the back? I do have an Urshifu and a Mamo, so I'm not too worried about the Incin. I can still U-turn. Into this slot, right? Or even this slot. And then I can kill the Incin. Alright, so I think I'll do that. Alright, so let's U-turn here, and then let's Max Lightning the Incin so that we don't have to worry about it. Let's see what he does. Alright. He withdraws. Okay, is this the Amoongus? It is the Amoongus, so we'll get a U-turn off. Unless he just clicks Fake Out. No, he didn't. Alright, so goodbye, Incin. Alright, that's a nice KO. So no Fake Out for you. No parting shot for you. Alright, and we'll get our U-turn off into the Amoongus. Alright, that's good damage. Alright, and I guess now would be a good time to go into the Mamo. He has a Gothitelle. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is fine. I think his plan is just so that that he can have his max later. So do I want to go into the Mamo now? Or do I want the Ursh? I think we'll go into the Ursh now. Let's see if this is the right play. Don't know. Maybe the Mamo might have been for the Amoongus, but you know, let's see what he has. Alright, but the Amoongus can't sleep me, so I'm not terribly concerned, unless he has another terrain setter. Alright, and it is the Gothitelle. So what's good is that the Goth can't protect. So I'm just going to Surging Strikes this thing. He does have Fake Out, right? But that's okay, because I'm just gonna blast it, right, in case he does. And if he protects, then he dies to a Surging Strike. So I'm covering for both potential options here. There is the Rage Powder. Alright, so the Amoongus did not protect. Alright, so this is still gonna do a lot, I would imagine. Oh, that's so much damage. Alright. So he'll protect the Gothitelle. Alright. Alright, some chip. Alright, so we killed 2 mons. That's always nice. Now, what did he do? Alright. And he clicked Trick Room! Okay, so the Glastrier is coming in. Alright. Yeah. Fair. Okay. There's the Glastrier. Now, the good news is that... Is there good news, actually? Yeah, no, actually there is not great news. I don't really have anything to really deal with it. I have a sash on this thing. I guess this becomes my end game. Yeah, the Rilla, I could give... So I do have a sash, right? So maybe I just get rid of this thing now, so that's not annoying. And then my Regieleki, I guess I can just protect it. Wait. Let's strike this. And then I'm just going to protect the Regieleki. Alright. So he's gonna max here. Now, if he double targets, then that sucks. So I'm not sure what is the best play in this scenario, but my idea is just to get rid of the Gothitelle at the moment. But maybe preserving the Urshifu was the play. I don't know. Alright, he does click protect. So let's see if he goes for the Regieleki slot or the Urshifu slot. So we'll protect the Regieleki here. And that looks like it is into the Regieleki slot. So I'm glad I protected here. Alright, because now we can take out the Gothitelle. Unless it's just super bulky, but maybe Hail Chip can help me out in the end. But we'll see. I can't imagine this living. Let's see how bulky this thing is. Oh my god, that thing is way too bulky. Alright, not even close. Alright, but maybe with the Hail Chip, it's an Aqua Jet range, and I want to say it is. Okay. So that's one turn of Max Con. So let's... I could even protect the Urshifu here. But maybe it may not be necessary. So I'll get rid of that. And then I just have a Rillaboom and a Heatran in the end. And then the Regieleki... I mean, just click Rising Voltage, I guess. So let's see what happens here. Alright, we'll get... I mean, he tries to protect, but I am an Urshifu here. So we'll pick up this KO at the very least. Alright, that's all I need. Now it becomes a 3-on-1. And he has one turn of max after this. So he Knuckles. Okay, is this in the Regieleki slot? And it is. Alright, so our bulk didn't help it, but that's okay. That is okay. Because we still have a Rillaboom in the end. And if I protect the Urshifu here, then that's also fine. So he is +2 though. Alright. So our Mamoswine will now come out. Alright, and we're gonna get some chip on it. Alright, the key is to use the bait with the Mamo. Alright, this is his last turn of max, and I don't know how many turns of Trick Room he has. There's still 2 turns, so that's always nice. So what I can do... So... I just killed that thing, right? So let's see if I protect here. And if I can get some chip on the Mamo, that would be good. Because the Urshifu is technically my win con. I don't want it to die this last turn of max here. So I'm going to protect. Hopefully I can survive whatever attack comes his way. Alright, and he goes for a Steel Spike. So if this is in the Mamo, that's fine. Oh, it's in the Urshifu slot. Okay, we take that. Nice. So he gets a defense boost. So that's going to help him with, like, whatever I have left. But his max is gone. And we do get some chip, which is all I want. Alright, this is his last turn of Trick Room. Alright, unfortunately, I do have to preserve the Urshifu, so I think I have to give it up here. I have to give up the Rillaboom, which is not great, honestly. And I think he wants that thing dead, right? Because the Mamo isn't doing anything. This is his last turn, right? Yeah, that's not great. So I have to give up the Rillaboom here. And the Mamo, what else? I mean, all I can do is just high horsepower, get more chip on this thing. So we'll give up the Rillaboom, which I don't like. But my opponent played a very good game. Alright, Grassy Terrain. That's only going to help him, but, you know, it's all I can really try and do. Alright, he goes to the high horsepower. Alright, we actually eat that, which is very great. Very great. Alright, so now what's good about this is, I do have some fake out pressure here. And I can get in my Urshifu, and then I can just KO this thing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fake out this thing, and then get in my Urshifu. So this way, next turn, I can close combat and Grassy Glide. And if it protects, same thing. The point is that I get in the Urshifu safely. Alright, here we go. There's the Ursh. Alright, fake out comes out. Beep! Chip. Alright. And the hail stops, which is always nice. Alright, Grassy Terrain Recovery. Alright. So I know he has a defense boost, right? So I'm going to hope that a Grassy Glide... Actually, I don't even need to Glide. I can just Wood Hammer this thing. Yeah, I can Wood Hammer and I can Close Combat. And I think that should be enough to KO this thing. Alright, so I think this is fine. Oh yeah, that's more than enough. Oh, we're good. We're good. Alright, GG's to my opponent. So I guess we managed his max correctly and we removed whatever threat he had. So, alright. That's fine. I mean, this opponent was top 60 on ladder, so I'm glad to be able to beat him. Alright, so well done. Nice start. Nice start. Alright, I mean, this is another weird squad. But anything is weird in Series 9 at this point, right? People have just been trying anything, because might as well. So he's got the Amoongus and Porygon-Z, and there is a Coalossal, which I'm sure gets activated by the Surf on the Weavile. Okay? I just want to point that out there. So, I guess what we can do is... I kind of want to bring Mamo. See, the thing is, we can fake out that Weavile, right? And the Rillaboom's not too bad on the Porygon-Z. So I think what we can do is we can lead the Rillaboom. And... I could bring the Heatran. It's not terrible in this matchup. Alright, Togekiss in the back, and I guess we can bring the Regieleki, because that's like the star of the show. So we're gonna leave the Water Urshifu on the bench. Might be a mistake, might be great to bring against the Coalossal, but you know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So unlike Sneasel, we can fake out this thing, which is all I could really ask for. So let's see what he's got. So he's going with this, alright, which also makes me wonder, you know, I could have just brought the Togekiss. I actually did, but I didn't lead with it. But I can also fake out the Urshifu, right, and then we're fine. So, I don't even actually need to fake it out because I'm technically fast. No, I'm not, because it's an Ursh. Right? Okay, he does have a Corviknight in the bag, so what I can do is I can still fake this out, and I can max this and Quake the Coalossal. I mean, that's all I can really ask for. I mean, if he switches, that kind of sucks. Okay, so he doesn't switch. I thought he might try and anticipate like the Earth Power play and go into his like flying type, his Corviknight, but he didn't do that, so that's always great. I would imagine a Protect comes out here, probably from both, anticipating the fake out, but who's to say? But we'll see what happens here. I just don't want the proc to go off, which is why I'm doing this. So he's gonna max the Coal. Looks like he's gonna go for the Aqua Jet, which is pretty nice. He will get his Rocks up, because I don't think this Earth Power kills, because we are Shuka Berry, we don't have any Life Orb. Heatran's a monster, but I don't think it's that big of a monster. Alright, so we'll try, yeah, we do get this fake out here, so that's nice. Alright, Heatran should go next. Alright, with the Quake, I don't think this kills, but we'll deal a decent amount of, oh, just kidding, never mind. Was that a crit? Or is this, or Heatran just that good? Okay, Heatran is just that good. I mean, we used Heatran back in our Zapdos team like 2 months ago, but that was like the only time we used Heatran. So there goes his max. All right, so that was as good of a turn as it got. Okay, I mean, I know it's 4 times weak, but, you know, we don't have max investment. So he's got the Amoongus here. So now this is where he just clicks Spore. However, what's also cool is we can glide this, and we ignore the Rage Powder, and then we can just flare this Amoongus slot. And I know this kills, because the Amoongus, okay, so he detects there, that's fine. The Amoongus isn't Sash, because the Sash is on that Urshifu. I 95% bet. Oh, he's Oka Berry. You still... No, I think it lives. Yeah, I know I'm max, but... Yeah. Alright, so it looks like he went for Spore here. Which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Alright, and there's the Spore. Good night, Heatran. Alright, so we'll take a mandatory turn of sleep. The problem is that he is pressured on the Urshifu, and he doesn't get his Sash back. So he could also switch. Which I'm totally fine with. I don't know what he would switch into. It could be the Corviknight. And it doesn't really matter what we do here. We'll just flare again. And he can't sleep my Rillaboom. Alright. Okay, we still have the Togekiss in the back. We just have to get rid of this Amoongus, and if it's a Corviknight in the back, then Heatran becomes even more important. So he gives me the Rillaboom for free. I mean, the Urshifu. So that's always nice. Alright, and it's just a Clear Smog coming out, and it's a Sludge Bomb. Alright, that'll deal some chip. Don't poison me. I mean, might as well, sure. Alright. Not the end of the world. Alright, so what's your last mon? Alright. I would love Heatran to wake up next turn. And we still have the Regieleki in the back. Which... Oh, it's Porygon-Z. Okay, well... That's fine by me, because we have Heat Wave. I would like to preserve my Rillaboom. Right, I don't have a great switch into the Regieleki yet. I also would like to preserve my Fake Out if I can. So let's go in here. I could even U-turn, but I anticipate that thing being faster. So let's go into the Togekiss. Let's preserve the Rillaboom. And let's try and wake up here, and let's go for the Heat Wave. So our Regieleki is our endgame con. Alright. Here comes our Togekiss. Alright, you can have the Togekiss at this point. He goes for the Nasty Plot, so I would really, really, really like the Heatran to wake up here. I very much would like the Heatran to... And I don't wake up, so there's that. There's another Sludge Bomb. This is gonna hurt a little bit. But it is what it is. Alright, so there's one turn of Terrain and one turn of Sunlight. So I could protect here, and I think I will. And we're gonna try and wake up here. Come on, Heatran. Help me out here. Or at least survive the PZ. Because that's what I really need. Alright, so we'll protect on the Togekiss here. And he goes for Rage Powder. That's fine, we have Heat Wave. And he goes for the Thunderbolt. Oh, he went into the Heatran slot. So we take it, we just need to wake up here. Come on, Heatran. No! 3 turns of sleep. Alright. But we will wake up next turn. And we still have 1 turn of Sun, I believe? Yeah, the Grassy Terrain's gone, but we have Rillaboom coming in the back. Alright, we have 1 turn of Sun, so we have to make this work. So we're gonna follow me this time. And now we click the Heat Wave button. Alright, and hope we deal some big damage to this Amoongus and this PZ. As long as we kill the Amoongus, we win the game, because we have Fake Out pressure coming in from the back. Alright, 3 turns of sleep on the Heatran. Not lucky, but, you know, it is what it is. He might even protect both slots just so that he stalls out my Sun. And that would be his best play. But he doesn't. Or at least not yet he doesn't. We have to wait for the Follow Me animation. He goes for the Thunderbolt. We have the Wakanberry. Do we live this? I know he's +2. And I don't know if we live from this range. Nope. Togekiss goes down. That's fine. I just need the Heatran to connect on this Heat Wave. Alright, there's some Life Orb chip. Alright, Heatran woke up. We got the Heat Wave. And we connect. That's great. In the Sun. Perfect. Alright, we actually KO both. Alright, and we got the crit. Might as well, right? We got a double crit. You slapped me for 3 turns. I deserve the double crit. Alright, GG's to my opponent. We'll take it. We'll take it. Great job, Heatran. Nice, nice. I was gonna say, is that my Charizard squad? But it's not. So this is an HO squad with an Alakazam, and he also has a Mamoswine. And there's the LeLe. Whimsicott LeLe is always a great combo. Yikes. And Psychic Terrain makes it so that I can't fake it out. That's not great. The Heatran looks okay. But he has a Mamoswine. It's the LeLe that's a problem. It's the LeLe Whimsicott lead that's a problem. And I can't stop the Tailwind. Because of Psychic Terrain. Not great. Not great news at all. Eesh. I generally don't know what to do with this. I guess we're gonna try. Yeah, at this point, I'm just picking Mons. Let's go Ursh. I don't know how to stop that. Like, he just clicks Tailwind and the game's over. But I'm gonna try my best. But I'm telling you, if he leads the Whimsicott LeLe, I can't stop it. Oh, okay, so this is a little bit better. I just wish I didn't have to give up the Rillaboom to stop the Tailwind. Okay. So, if I want to fake out the Whims and Steel Spike the Zard, then he could just Wildfire the Rillaboom, and that's bad. Right? But what else can I really do? If he Max Quakes into the Heatran, that's not great either. Yeah, this is not the greatest of positions. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna try it, and if he protects and just goes for the fire move, what else can I do? That he switches out the Zard. Oh, that's why. Okay. Well. Alright. Yeah, see, I figured that was gonna happen. And now he stops my fake out. Yeah, I should have known that he had the LeLe in the back. Okay, very smart. And he forced me to max now. So this is not good. Alright, but at least we'll get a Steel Spike off. But I imagine this thing is Sash. And there's the Tailwind, so... And my Rillaboom's in big trouble. Okay, so, we'll get the Steel Spike off. Is this thing Sash? It is. Okay, so that's not good. And then he can just get Sunny Day, and then get the Zard in, and then I lose the game. Nice! Nice, he's using the same strat that we used when we had Zard, and LeLe, and Whimsicott. So, now, all we can do is click Max Quake here. We don't have... Okay, if he switches in the Zard, all the more power to him. But... actually, I kind of want to get rid of this thing, and then with the Rillaboom, let's try and just U-turn. At least I know this will kill the Whimsicott if he keeps it in. This is probably Charizard. Okay. So, if he anticipated... Oh, wow, my guy is gaming. Okay. So no switch in that slot, but this is fine, because I know we'll still get a defense boost off. Alright. I do have a Regieleki, but we are a slow Regieleki. That is the other problem. And he protected this slot. This is not great. But I am Sash, but he has Tailwind. Alright. We'll try it. Alright, so there's my Steel Spike. Alright, he protects. Okay. So all he's doing is stalling my max. Alright, and these defense boosts aren't gonna matter. What is that? It's eject button. Oh no, is this Whimsicott? Yikes. Okay. Okay. If he gets a sunny day off, maybe I can neutralize it a little bit with a Max Quake, because his flying type is already out here. Yeah, my opponent is gaming. He is absolutely gaming. Alright. So this is my last turn of Max. How do I want to do this? How many turns of Tailwind does he have? Just the last two. It's not great. Alright. We'll go here. Ursh, I think you're gonna have to just protect. Because I'm pinned here. He's gonna target this slot. I'm absolutely pinned. And here comes the Max on the Zard. Sunny Day's gonna come out here. I don't think it lives in airstream. In the sun. Yeah, my opponent has played way better than me in this game. Way better. But if we can at least try and remove the Whimsicott. This way, no Tailwind later. But if he just airstreams, that's the same thing. And there's a Sunny Day. So, not great. And I don't think the Shuka Berry is gonna stop a Max Quake later on. So he airstreams in the Urshifu slot. We actually somehow live. We somehow live. Not that it's gonna matter. Okay. But there is some chip there. Alright, we are gonna Quake here. So at least nothing else gets a Tailwind. Okay. So there's that. We killed one Mon. Alright, and what else is he gonna send out? Is it gonna be the LeLe? He has one turn of Tailwind. I could even protect the Heatran, but I don't think that matters. This is a tough one. Yeah. It would help to have like two fake out users, right? Because then I can just switch in my Rillaboom and then fake out the Whims in case he swapped in that LeLe. But now I'm in this spot. What did he bring out? Oh, he brought in the Rillaboom. Oh, then that's That's all she wrote. Yeah, I mean, all he has to do is just fake out my Heatran. He can't fire attack my Heatran. Alright, I'm gonna protect this slot just in case he wants to max Quake there. But I feel like I still want to try and get off a Heat Wave. And then for Ursh, I mean, it's not gonna matter here. Alright, so there's the fake out. Alright, we knew that was coming. Alright, he goes to the Airstream. Into the Ursh. Alright, so there's another KO. Yeah. Yeah, I just had no way to stop his Tailwind. But it is what it is. Alright, and he is taking Solar Power Chip, but the good news is that he can't really kill Heatran at the moment. Even with that Quake. I do have my own fake out, but then I'm just gonna get murdered. So I'm gonna try and do something with the Regieleki. I don't think it's gonna work. Alright, so we still click Heat Wave no matter what. And I'm gonna protect the Regieleki this turn. Alright, just to try and stall this max. If he Quakes, fine. He has 2 Airstream boosts, so he's already faster. Alright, withdraws this. Alright, so this is gonna take a Heat Wave, and I'm gonna hope that we live a max Quake from the Zard if he targeted the Heatran. That is my absolute hope. So Shuka Berry with max Quake boost, please come into play. And Regieleki, please survive. You have some bulk. Alright, he goes to the Wildfire. Alright, we protected this slot. Oh, we live on 4? Oh my god, but that's not gonna matter. Because we die anyway. Alright, here we go. Heat Wave. Alright, so we'll at least kill that thing. But he withdrew the Rillaboom. That's the problem. Alright, so now it comes down to whose Rillaboom is faster. Alright. Because his max is gone. Alright, here we go. If we have a faster Rillaboom, we have chances. Alright, and last I checked, this Rillaboom does have speed. So it would be amazing if we can fake out something. Because if I get off a Heat Wave, I think we win. Alright, so Rillaboom, please have the faster fake out. This is my only chance. Because Charizard's gonna die. I 100% believe it. Alright, come on Rillaboom. Alright, yes, we got the faster fake out. Alright, now, Heatran, you just have to live a Scorching Sands. Oh, he went for Hurricane. That's fine, and we avoid. Hit the Heat Wave. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, we pulled it out somehow. Alright, so we stalled out his Tailwind. Oh my goodness. Alright. We'll take it. We'll take it. That was a rough one, but we played it out better in the end. Okay, so I wanted to try and do something a little bit different in this segment. So rather than use a 4th battle, I do wanted to look at the pace and just to analyze just some of the spreads. We've done this before in our collaboration videos with other seniors and Neil and whatnot, but I don't have Brain with me today, and I really wish he could have joined me, but I'm gonna just take a pretty good guess as to what these spreads are for, and I'm gonna say I think I got it on the money. But Brain, if you're watching, feel free to correct me if anything I say is incorrect. So let's look at the Regieleki, because this is like the highlight of the team. So this 28 EV investment, it's gonna get his HP stat to 159, which will optimize his Life Orb recovery, because you're taking 1/10 of damage per turn, so 159 divided by 10 is 15.9, which rounds down to 15 in Pokemon, right? So he's only gonna take 15 damage per turn, whereas if he did something like this, where if he pushed it to 160, now he's taking 16 damage per turn, and you don't want to push it over that threshold, right? So always end in a number with 9 in the HP stat if you want to optimize your Life Orb recovery. Obviously he's modest, right? And his bump is actually at 236 if I were to just showcase that. So notice how when it's at 228, his stat here, now it's at 163. If I push it to 165, this is his bump. He pushed it to 1 more, which is totally fine. It's understandable. And the reason why he has all this defense bulk is I'm sure he just wants to calc for his Regieleki when it's not Dynamax to live a Grassy Glide from an Adamant Rillaboom. And just to show you that, I have that calc right here. So here's the Regieleki imported. Here's a Rillaboom, Max 252 Adamant, Grassy Glide, and notice that it doesn't even kill. So good on Brain for calcing this. I think it's a very, very nice calc, especially in a best of 3 format, where, you know, you don't necessarily win best of 3s, where, you know, with the 6 mons, technically you do, but you win that kind of tournament with your spreads, because they don't know your spreads in an open team sheet, right? They just know your mons and your items and the moves, but they don't know your spreads. So good on Brain to invest all this bulk so that he can live the Grassy Glide, alright? And of course, you know, you'll see this a lot more in Series 10. You don't need all that speed on Regieleki, especially if you're on a Kyogre team with Tailwind. You can definitely just go modest, because you're already super fast and faster than the rest of the meta anyway. Alright, so why not? Let's get some bulk in there, let's go modest, and let's just hit really hard, especially when you're Dynamax. Alright, so moving on, we got the Rillaboom here. This one is actually pretty straightforward. The 192 HP just optimizes your recovery from grassy terrain, because 192 divided by 16 will recover 12 HP per second, whereas if you had it at 191, it'll be like 11.9 something, and it'll round it down to 11 HP recovery per second. So if you push it to 192, this will be 12 points of recovery. Now, he is Adamant, and he is at this 196 mark. This is just the 3rd EV bump in the Rillaboom. If you don't know what that means, look at this. I'll just push it 1 down. Here, he's at 185, but if I push it 1 more EV investment, now he's at 187. It jumped up by 2. So this is the 3rd bump, okay? And if you want to know where the other bump is, it's at 116. It's always by a difference of 80, right? So look at here. This is at 174. If I push it to 1 more bump, this is at 176. This is the 2nd bump. If you add 80, every bump is by 80, right? So 116 plus 80 is at 196. This is the 3rd bump, all right? Then the rest is just like leftover EVs with the defense and special defense. Now, he wanted a lot more speed on his Rillaboom. Understandable. He wants that faster fake out, and it did come into the play in that battle that we had against the Charizard HO team, right? 125 is a good number, because after like +1, either Airstream from a Togekiss or an Electroweb, he's going to be outspeeding quite a few things. I would have liked to see this go to 126 just for Cinderace, but, you know, there's not really too much Cinderace going on in Series 9, so I think he was safe in that regard. So good job on Brain for this kind of Rillaboom. I am a Miracle Seed, by the way, Rillaboom, not a Rosensense, but, you know, that's a discussion for another day. The Urshifu is also relatively standard. It's just Focus Sash with the typical attacks you see. By the way, I'm someone that puts Protect in the last slot, and I put the stab moves in the first 2 slots, but to each their own. Heatran, this one is actually very similar, if not exactly the same as the Heatran that I used in the Zapdos video. This one's very standard attacks here. Again, this HP mark 192 just optimizes your grassy terrain recovery with the Rillaboom. You'll get 12 HP points of recovery. This is to this modest build, this 156. That is the 2nd EV bump in the Heatran special attack stat. If I had to ask you where's the first one, 156 minus 80 is at 76. I'll just show you that where it is real quick. Yep, because here it's at 174. If I push it to 1 more, 76, there it is. It went up by 2. So then If I go plus 80, which is the second bump, it'll go right here, 185. No 186, it goes to 187. So this is the second bump in his modest build, which is pretty good because then you can just put the rest in your speed. And 114 is a good speed number. This is just to outspeed the speed creepers for base 100s at +1 or -1 if you're calculating, Electroweb. Because 112 is the magic number. But then if you go 113, that's to speed creep it. And then 114 is to speed creep those speed creepers, right? So that's his thought process there. So I understand it. So great job there with the Heatran. The Mamoswine, again, there's that 192 HP mark. And then the rest he just dumped into in his attack stat. And this speed, I would have to say that 140 at +2 would outspeed a regular timid Regieleki, which goes at 277, and then it'll just outspeed those speed creepers, I would have to say. That would be my guess. Brain, if there's something else, again, feel free to correct me. And the Togekiss, again, this one's also pretty standard in terms of a Wakanberry set. This 116, you can guess this is the second bump in his special defense stat. He just wanted to be super bulky. Now you might say, well, why not the 192 here? So he's just optimizing the weather damage chip. So 191 divided by 16 is 11 point something, right? 11.9 something, and it rounds down to 11. So this way he maximizes his HP, but at the same time doesn't go over the threshold where now he's taking 12 damage of hail damage or sand chip per turn. And then the rest he just dumps into defense because why not, right? You don't really need attack on this kind of Togekiss. You're just here to be bulky and support and redirect. You don't need any speed either. You can tell by his build. That's just what he wanted to do. And I'm pretty sure this lives like a Magnet Thunderbolt from a Regieleki. If I had to pull that up here, I think I have his build saved here. Right here. And then if I put up like a Regieleki, just like a blank set here. Let's just go to level 50. Alright, let's just go Timid. And his item, Magnet. Alright, where are you? And you are Transistor. Okay, and we'll just say 252 special attack. If I go Thunderbolt, I'm pretty sure this lives. Yeah, this lives easily, right? Of course. And if you even consider Dynamaxing this, yeah, look at that. It lives very, very comfortably. So that's what he wanted, I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, please correct me, Brain. But yeah, that's my guess as to what these spreads are for. So if you're looking to try out a super cool team, now you know what the spreads are for, so feel free to try it out. And now let's just go straight into the rental code. And there it is, guys. There is Brain's Mamoswine Dynamax Regieleki squad. I don't even know what to call this, but it's a very good team. Again, you have the Fire, Water, Grass core with the Heatran, Rillaboom, the Urshifu. Steel Fairy's pretty good with the Heatran and the Togekiss. And of course, you know, the Dynamax Regieleki with the Max Strike Hyper Beam speed control is always very, very nice. Rising Voltage was very good. Especially when you're Dynamax, so this way you can set the terrain later and go for hard-hitting Rising Voltages. You know, we did use Mamoswine that game against the Glastrier Perish squad. It did a good amount of chip. I would have liked to max it, but you know, that's just for like Amoongus shenanigans, I'm sure, right? That's why it has the safety goggles, and also because, you know, like weather damage is a thing. But overall, I like the squad. So, Brain, if you're watching this, thank you very much for giving us the Series 9 squad. At this point, we still have just one more team to use. Alright, and then we're going to showcase some Series 10 content via Showdown. So, be sure to be on the lookout for that. And once again, thank you. We'll give Brain's socials on the description below. Until next time, have a good one, y'all.